Kons podcast. Hit that like button.
Yeah. What's going on? What's happening? What's going on with y'all? Everybody do good? Kons podcast
episode 166.
Content. You know what I'm saying? 165. Hope y'all enjoyed yesterday's episode. You know what I'm saying? With the creepy shit. You know what I mean? With the ghosts, scary sightings and all that type of shit. Hope y'all enjoyed that. You know what I mean?
Episode 166.
Welcome in. You know what I'm saying? Hope everybody subscribe. If you ain't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. You know what I mean? Go ahead and do that, just like the little finger is showing you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you see the shit on the screen. You know what I'm saying? You see the titles and shit. That's what we gonna be going over today. You know what I'm saying? For episode 165. So today we just gonna be touching on the game, offer some aid for the victims out there in LA. We're gonna talk about Chris Brown. Also made a statement about the prisoners that's out there aiding in the fires and shit in LA. We're gonna touch on the fires in LA. We also gonna touch on TikTok, that shit gonna be gone or not. And it was an earthquake in San Francisco this morning in my city. Yeah. So first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? So the game being off, he offered his services. He said he doing this shit for 10 families. You know what I mean? For 10 families, he offered them a free Airbnb for the week. You know what I'm saying? For 10 families, all you gotta do is send them in your ID to make sure that the address is a part of the affected areas. And I guess he gonna be picking through 10 people out of the 150, 200,000 motherfuckers that's gonna hit him up about this free Airbnb for the week. You know what I'm saying? So he said he gonna be picking 10 families out of 100K, 200,000 people that's been displaced. Over 10,000 structures have been burned down. Over 100,000 people have been displaced or evacuated out of their homes. Water supplies is running dry. As we know, you know what I'm saying, LA is literally on fire. So the game, him and his manager, Travis Wilson, they're going to be getting 10 families together to put them in an Airbnb free of charge for a whole week. Now, when I read this, I thought this shit was dope. You know what I'm saying? That shit is definitely dope of the game. But I feel like people was just going to look at that 10 families and be like, damn, my nigga, like, you feel me? Thank you, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like 10, we talking about 200,000 people has been displaced. That means they are out of a home. We talking about 200,000 and you're picking 10. I feel like you should have just kind of like, you feel me, dedicated or donated to like a relief or something, put millions of dollars to some type of relief or aid that's going towards the people in the fire or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? 10 families just seem like a minimal amount. You feel me? When there's so many others. I feel like 100 would have been sound a little bit more better. You know what I'm saying? Than just like 10. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You got it. You the game, you feel me? It ain't like you ain't got it, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it could have been or should have been more than 10 when it's astronomical number, like 200,000 people that's been put out their homes or their home been burnt down, you know what I'm saying? So this is a video and shit talking about game, putting together that type of relief for to put the people in Airbnb. This is the homie Drip News. Drip News came through with the clip, you know what I'm saying? So check the shit out. It's him talking about
rapper. The game just stepped up big time for wildfire victims. He's paying Airbnb costs for 10 families displaced by the devastating Northern California fires. His own home is at risk in the Santa Monica Mountains, but he's focused on helping others. Los Angeles is really hurting right now, he shared on Instagram, urging people to evacuate. Even Snoop Dogg joined in spreading awareness. Real West Coast legends taking care of their city when it matters most.
So yeah, as you seen, that was the game, you know what I'm saying? Talk about, you know what I mean? That was Drip News giving you information, talking about said he gonna put people in that Airbnb. Like I said, 10 people just seem like a small number when there's so many that are out of shit in LA, out of their homes, out of their livelihoods, out of they work, you know what I'm saying? Stores burned down, malls burned down, businesses, all kind of shit. People lost their whole life, you know what I mean? 200,000. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, 10, I just thought 10, even on the comments on the clip of TikTok, somebody even said, you know what I'm saying, come on, man, 10? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it just seemed like a small number. Chris Brown, actually should have talked about Chris Brown first, but that's what I said I was going to do. But Chris Brown, what I'm saying? Chris Brown also voiced his opinions and shit on the fires. Also said that he feel like something ain't adding up. This shit's suspect. Somebody definitely starting these fucking fires. You know what I'm saying? So he also said he felt like the inmates, because you know what I'm saying, they got a lot of inmates down there working towards the fire, down there helping out and aid. That's, I believe, over 800 inmates is aiding towards this fire, helping people out, doing all they can do, and they're only paying the inmates. They're paying them $5.80 and or $10.24 per day. Per day. That's not an hour. That's per day. And they get $1 per hour extra when they're responding to an active emergency. You know what I'm saying? So Chris Brown said, you know what I mean, all of the inmates and shit that's helping out need to have some time shaved off their sentence. You know what I'm saying? Which makes sense. I mean, why not? Why not negative them days that they working and count those, shave that off as time served, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the sentence type shit. You know, if you out there working, this shit take you a week, you know what I'm saying? Let's take a week off they sentence, you feel me? That's some easy shavings. Y'all can do that, you know what I'm saying, for 800 inmates. Show y'all could, you know what I mean? Or put, you know what I'm saying, add up a half a day, you know what I'm saying, or 2 days per day or some shit. I agree with Chris Brown. You know what I mean? Being that they out there aiding, they out there putting their work in, and you paying them slave dollars. You know what I'm saying? $5.80, $10.24 a day. That ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? A day. That shit don't say an hour, mind you. You know what I mean? So that's definitely slave labor for sure. That's what you call free slave labor. You know what I'm saying? That's what they doing to the inmates. The inmates that's down there helping out with the fire and shit like that. So this is let's see. Oh, and the Kenneth fire, they called it Kenneth fire. So also there was a man that was arrested by citizens. The citizens held him down and caught him with some type of yellow oxygen canister, flammable looking tank thing, trying to light some shit on fire. You know what I'm saying? And this is, I got the video of them talking about it. Neighbor who was in the neighborhood who attested to this shit. Check this shit out.
We're sitting up in our backyard in the house here, and all of a sudden I hear a car come to a screeching halt, and the guy is running out saying, stop, drop what you're holding, drop what you're holding. And then next thing we hear is him yelling, neighbors, he's trying to start a fire, call 911, call 911. My mom ran out in her bathrobe ready to fight the guy, and all of the neighbors started coming out, calling 911. We really banded together as a group. A few gentlemen in the neighborhood had detained him. They had surrounded him, gotten him on his knees, and then they got some zip ties, and my stepdad came out with some rope, and we were able to do a citizen's arrest and detain him until the police had arrived. He had a like a propane tank, or it's a big yellow tank, like a flamethrower basically. And the neighbor said that he saw the guy behind a van trying to light something on fire.
So as you see, you know what I'm saying, that was dude, you know what I'm saying, that they said they arrested too, you know what I mean? She said, you know what I'm saying, her I think she said her mom, somebody, you know what I'm saying, was running out in the road ready to fight dude, you know what I'm saying? So as you seen, that was the video as such. Somebody's caught it on camera of the people in the neighborhood finding this dude and holding him down, tackled him down, and put some zip ties on him and shit until the cops got there, you know what I'm saying? Seen that nigga out there trying to start a fire and shit. Somebody stopped, pulled over, and made a citizen's arrest, tackled dude down, arrested him down till the cops got there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's LA, you know what I mean? And they out there on fire, so yeah, you can't be walking around looking suspicious like you starting fires, you know what I'm saying? The city and the people of LA is definitely gonna see and get at you about that for sure if you are seen looking suspicious trying to start fires, you know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers is losing their whole life and shit behind that shit. So yeah, motherfucker definitely gonna get at you like they did. So shout out to the citizens, whatever neighborhood that is, you know what I mean? They could have stopped a whole nother, you know what I'm saying, motherfucking fire and shit from happening. You know what I mean? Dude was clearly trying to light some shit. You seen on the video, he had like a yellow tank, you know what I mean? Flamethrower type shit, whatever the fuck it was. But they did a citizen's arrest and stopped him. But yeah, Chris Brown made a point though. He also said, you know what I mean, that he feel like something is suspicious about this fire. Shit ain't adding up. And I said the same thing. Shit just not adding up. You know what I'm saying? It's just so windy. It ain't no rain. You know what I'm saying? It's just windy and shit. It's cold. You know what I mean? It's not hot out this motherfucker. And all of a sudden we got all these fucking fires burning over 20,000 acres worth of land and homes homes and all the shit being destroyed. You know what I mean? You got the wind orchestrating the shit of the direction of where the fire is gonna go. You know what I'm saying? It's hitting these rich ass people's homes. You know what I'm saying? Palisade is a rich ass area out there in LA County. It's just where all the rich people go, all the rich people buy houses. I'm sure many celebrities and shit got houses and shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, this is a little video right here talking about the celebrities and shit that lost their shit out there. Some of the celebrities that lost their homes and shit like that out there in the fires. Check this out.
Celebrities who lost their homes in the Los Angeles fires. Number 5. John Goodman, his home in Pacific Palisades, Los Angeles, was reduced to ashes in the devastating wildfires. After the fire, the backyard swimming pool was left as a charred ruin. Number 4. Anthony Hopkins. His $6 million California estate was destroyed in the Los Angeles fires, leaving only a burnt fence as the sole reminder of what was once a beautiful property. Number 3. Miles Teller. His $7.5 million Pacific Palisades home was burned to the ground in the devastating Los Angeles wildfires, leaving nothing but rubble, just like many others nearby. Number 2. Anna Faris. She bought the 4,000 square foot home for nearly $5 million in 2019, and now new images show it scorched down to its foundation. Number 1. Paris Hilton. She's one of the celebrities who lost their homes due to a series of deadly wind-driven fires in Southern California. Her beachfront Malibu villa was burned down.
So as you seen, you know what I'm saying, that was the celebrities' houses, you know what I'm saying, that got put out, you know what I mean, some of the, just a small list, I'm sure it's a whole lot more, but that was a list of some of the names of the celebrities' houses who burned down, the sake of this fire and shit like that, you know what I'm saying. Here goes some other videos just to give y'all a little bit more perspective and shit of these fires and how they going, and just shit talking about the fires and how they've been contained, how much is damaged and all that kind of shit. So check these videos.
Latest update on the California wildfires as of Friday, 6 a.m. Eastern Time. At least 10 people have died, and officials warned that the true death toll may not be known until it is safe for investigators to enter affected neighborhoods. Up to 10,000 buildings have been destroyed by the Palisades fire, which is now the most destructive in the history of Los Angeles County. The fires have forced tens of thousands of people to evacuate since they started. According to CAL FIRE's website, here is where major fires stand. Palisades fire, at least 19,978 acres burned and 6% containment. Eaton fire, at least 13,690 acres burned and 0% containment. Hearst fire, at least 771 acres burned and 37% containment. Kenneth fire, at least 1,000 acres burned and 35% containment. Lydia fire, at least 394 acres burned and 75% containment. Local authorities have also issued warnings about looters and scammers preying on vulnerable victims in the area, confirming that several arrests have been made. School is canceled again on Friday because of polluted air. Although wind speeds decreased on Thursday, allowing for air support to help firefighting efforts, officials reported that the winds picked back up again overnight. Red flag conditions indicating high fire risk were expected to continue until Friday afternoon. This is an ongoing situation, and Brute will be covering the story as it develops. Follow along for more updates.
You see all these fires right now, right? I tried telling everybody a year ago that these fires were going to come, and nobody wanted to listen to me. But now here we are, and guess what they're going to be blaming it on? Ding, 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 you probably guessed it fucking right. But guess what? I also tried telling everybody where specifically that these fires were going to start. But people wanted to act like I have no idea what I'm talking about. I've seen the blueprints for this shit. I know what's on the way. And if you don't know what fires I'm talking about, there's a series of fires breaking out around Los Angeles. You have the Palisades fire, you have the Eaton fire, and you have the Hearst fire. All of which are 0% contained, by the way. And wind gusts of up to 100 miles per hour are forecast. And at least 49,000 people have been ordered to evacuate right now. People were forced to abandon their cars because the fire was spreading so damn fast. People are even taking shelter on the beach. I mean, the Palisades fire in itself was reported to blaze through at least 5 football fields a minute. But more than 200,000 people were without power come Tuesday evening, with 420,000 more under consideration for a power cut. And people actually think that this is normal? I'm going to put a specific article in the comment section so I can really provide some clarification, because there's just some shit that you cannot mention on this app. All I'm going to recommend to
See,
everybody.
you know what I'm saying? That was just a bunch of news coverages and footage of people in the fire, people caught up in the shit. Everybody talking about the fire, just giving you an update on these fires and how it's looking. You've seen how it's looking. It's horrible. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of wind blowing a bunch of embers all over the place. You know what I mean? Which are starting fires everywhere else. It's just bad. You know what I'm saying? It's bad and sad. It's a whole bad, sad situation for California. And on
2025, Earth experiences a year that changes everything. A series of events so strange and unprecedented that no one is prepared. It starts quietly in January. News outlets report minor earthquakes in regions where they've never occurred. By February, skies above Springfield and across the globe begin to glow faintly green at night. At first, it's dismissed as an unusual display of the northern lights, but the glow extends far beyond the poles, sparking curiosity and unease. Marge notices something peculiar in her garden. Her vegetables are growing at twice their normal size, yet their taste is strangely metallic. Reports flood in from around the world. Crops are ripening unnaturally fast, animals are behaving erratically, and cities are facing sudden violent storms. The oceans swell with unpredictable tides, flooding coastal areas. By March, scientists deliver a startling explanation. Earth's magnetic field is shifting at an unprecedented rate. What should have taken a millennium is now happening in months. Professor Frink gathers the town and explains the gravity of the situation. This magnetic anomaly isn't just affecting compasses, it's disrupting satellites, power grids, and even migratory patterns of birds and fish. The very fabric of modern life, navigation, communication, and technology is under threat. As the months pass, the magnetic chaos accelerates. By October, planes are grounded due to navigation failures, and internet disruptions become commonplace. Springfield and the rest of the world are on edge. People panic buy supplies, fearing the worst. In December, the skies transform into a breathtaking yet ominous display. Daytime auroras bathe the world in vivid, shimmering lights. But this beauty comes at a cost. Electronics everywhere shut down. Phones, computers, cars, and even basic appliances go dark. The modern world grinds to a halt, throwing humanity back into a pre-digital age. So what do you think? If Earth faced a year like this, would it be an opportunity to reset and rebuild, or would it push humanity to the brink? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
We had a motherfucking earthquake in my city, in San Francisco, California, 3.7.
Yo, if you liking this content and you liking what you're looking at and you fuck with the content that I be dropping, the constant content that's been hitting Monday through Friday, hit that subscribe button, man. You know what I'm saying? If you enjoying this shit, go hit that subscribe button right now. You know what I mean? And be sure to hit that bell too. That means you get notified every time I drop something. You know what I'm saying? Do that shit right now.
On the Richter scale, earthquake, which ain't something real bad, but it's definitely something significant enough to wake up my fellow citizens of the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? Was all woken up. This shit happened early this morning at like 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning. So a lot of my Bay Area folks, you know what I'm saying? A lot of my city, my fellow San Franciscans, you know what I'm saying, was waking up by this earthquake this morning. This is on top of Southern California burning. You know what I mean? Southern California is literally on fire. And now we dealt with an earthquake. You know what I'm saying? If I find this clip of this dude, I'm gonna put it here and y'all gonna watch it right now. Feel me?
Wake up and evacuate! That water coming to California. Evacuate, wake up, y'all. I'm doing this for y'all. This is what it is right now. This is what's going on in California. We talking about Western, we talking about Vernon, we talking about San Diego, the Bay, we talking about Fresno, we talking about Bakersville, Lancaster, we talking about South Central, West LA, East LA, we talking about the Crip, we talking about the Bloods, man, y'all life in danger. God told me to go warn his children, bro. He told me to come save y'all. I went out there, I slept outside and asked for food every day just to say y'all like, and y'all don't want to take heed of what I'm saying. Ran into, you feel me? I ran into Dad at the airport. He said he heard of me. Y'all seeing me, but y'all ain't doing nothing about it. Y'all gonna be there when that water comes, it's gonna be y'all fault because y'all hard-headed, y'all don't wanna listen. And that's on Blood, that's on Cuz, that's on Who, that's on Great, that's on Essay, that's on everybody, bro. Cause I'm doing it from the bottom of my heart to say y'all like, I don't want y'all to be there when no tsunami comes, bro. That's why he sent me a vision and he sending everybody visions. It's a lot of folks that have wake up.
Didn't find the clip. It won't be nothing there. I'm saying, but this dude was pretty much talking about predicting, you know what I'm saying, the fault lines and San Andreas and shit like that of the county and telling people to evacuate California. And this nigga did the shit months ago. I didn't even take the shit serious when I seen it because I'm like, You know, a lot of people prophesize. A lot of people think they can see into the future. A lot of people think they know what's coming or what to come. We hear that shit all the time, and shit don't ever really come true, especially if it's just somebody off the street. You know what I'm saying? So, dude was had a whole T-shirt, whole campaigning for people to evacuate California. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's with that. I don't know if he really had a prophecy. He said he had a vision that God showed him, you feel me, about the San Andreas fault lines and shit, and we do for some type of big ass earthquake and shit. And now here we are, you know what I'm saying? And he was in the Bay Area actually saying this shit also, you know what I'm saying? And now here we are experiencing a whole motherfucking earthquake that happened in the city, and he was doing this shit months ago, telling everybody to evacuate California. The San Andreas fault lines is finna start shaking the shit up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Dude was definitely on some prophetic shit, prophesizing about that shit for sure. But yeah, here go a video. Pretty much just a little quick video telling you about the earthquake that happened in my city this morning. Check it out.
Magnitude 3.7 earthquake just occurred off San Francisco Bay. Many residents felt a shaking. Some were caught off guard by the sudden jolt. This is on the San Andreas fault.
As you say, that was a video telling you know what I'm saying, 3.7, you know what I mean, earthquake, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and this right here is TikTok, you know what I mean, this girl talking about it and shit, talking about how California need a break, you know, we can't catch a break, got these fires and shit, and we had a motherfucking earthquake hit this morning, you know what I mean? This was her kind of doing her own little spiel from wherever she from, clearly not California, you know what I mean? But check this shit out though. I thought the shit was interesting or whatnot, amusing, whatever word you want to put there. I thought it was cool enough. Put it in this motherfucking video. Check it out.
California can't get no damn break. San Francisco was just hit with a 3.7 magnitude earthquake. What the fuck? I know y'all fucking tired, cause I'm tired for y'all. They said it shook fucking San Francisco down. According to ABC News, it was about 3 miles from the San Francisco Zoo. Those poor animals. But thank God there is no reports of any immediate danger or injuries. I think California needs a break. I ain't seen them go through this much shit in a long time. It ain't even been 2 weeks into the fucking year, and California's catch more strays than anybody else. Marlon Wayne said this is the rebirth of California, the rebirth of Los Angeles. I don't think it's the rebirth. People are losing their lives, they're losing their homes, they're scared. This ain't no fucking rebirth. I mean, earthquake, what's next? A fucking tsunami? Lord, I did not mean that. Taking that out of the air. Where is wood? I ain't got no knock on wood. That's not what I meant, California. But damn it, they cannot take shit else. Not California, not LA, not San Diego, not San Francisco. Nobody. Just let them rest. Jesus. Is this really the San Andreas movie coming to life?
You saying, you know what I'm saying? I was heard talking about us out here in Cali. You know what I mean? Can't catch a break. Got one thing happening after another on top of another. You know what I mean? Got these fires. Then we got a motherfucking earthquake that hit the Bay Area, hit my hometown. You know what I'm saying? I had people hitting me about the shit. People telling me, you know what I'm saying? Talk about this shit. People texting me. You know what I mean? All my Frisco motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Letting me know about this earthquake and shit. You know what I mean? Definitely had to, I canceled the whole subject out to talk about my city having this earthquake this morning. You know what I mean? I was gonna touch on De La Soul. They bringing back a album that they did with Tribe Called Quest called The Lake Auditorium. They bringing that shit back out. You know what I mean? But I couldn't find no videos or nothing like that on it, so I chose to kind of do away with the subject or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just to let y'all know, De La Soul, they bringing that album out. It was called Cleared Lake Auditorium. You know what I'm saying? It's a joint album they did, EP, about 4 songs. You know what I'm saying? They did with a collaboration with Tribe Called Quest. For all you hip hop heads, I might want to tune into that. You know what I mean? And another subject, TikTok. So TikTok look like it's about to definitely come to a ban. They don't have, they've been looking for a buyer, as if you all know or don't know the TikTok story. So TikTok has been under scrutiny and they try to ban it here in the US because they feel like that China is using the app to spy on America. Now, that's fucking crazy to me that they think this app is spying on us and it's from China, when literally everything we have is from China or Japan. I mean, everything, appliances. I'm sure all y'all that's watching this shit right now, go ahead and do a personal experiment. Go in your cabinet, go in your kitchen, and look on the bottom, and where it says made by, it's gonna say China or Japan for sure. I almost can guarantee you that. I bet $1 million on it that I don't got in the bank. You feel me? That it's gonna say made in Japan or made in China, something like that for sure. Guarantee you. The tech, all the tech you got in your house, fucking what? Jordans, You feel me? You got Jordans in your house. Them shits made in China. We all heard about the stories about the shoes made in sweatshops, paying the pennies per hour to make $300 pairs of shoes. You know what I mean? So yeah, all the shit that we get from China, as far as industrial, as far as tech, as far as appliances, everything is made in China. All the shit we get from China that we get over here from them making this shit, and we ain't had none of that shit become suspect. We sell all that shit to Target stores, your main store, all that shit. We sell everything that's made in China, and we are suspicious about this motherfucking app to the point where they gonna ban the shit, put people out of businesses, put people out of making money, because we all know how many teenagers and youngsters is making millions of dollars on this motherfucking TikTok app doing whatever the fuck it is they do, little cool little dance or trendy fucking music, whatever these youngsters is doing on this app. They are making a lot of fucking money from it. You know what I'm saying? So by January 19th, when Trump get put in the office on the 20th, they need a buyer. So they need an American buyer to buy the father company, which is called ByteDance. They also own a sister company of TikTok that they call Lemon 8. You know what I'm saying? This is an app that a lot of TikTok users, or the people behind TikTok, is trying to get a lot of users to shift over to. You know what I'm saying? But it's also a father company. So but they're banning the father company, this company called ByteDance, which owns both of the apps. So if they ban that, they're gonna ban both of the apps. So I don't know what the fuck the point is, and everybody trying to migrate over to this Lemon 8 app, because they're banning the company that carries the two apps. You feel me? So if ByteDance gets banned, Lemon 8 along with TikTok, it's gonna be banned. You know what I mean? So this is some news reports and shit telling you about the TikTok bans and telling you what's going on with all that shit, more so than what I probably explained to you. Maybe you can understand from a news anchor better than what I explained. You feel me? So here are the videos to drop the knowledge to you on the TikTok ban coming up January 19th. Check shit out.
Today we would not actually get the decision from justices. We wouldn't get an opinion or anything like that today, but we could hear them decide to put a stay on this ban if they are feeling like it's going to take them more than 9 days to decide what they are going to do. And again, as I just mentioned, President-elect Trump has also asked for that. We heard him say he wants to save TikTok. He's met with the TikTok CEO at Mar-a-Lago. In terms of what could happen, so when we say a ban, it's not going to like poof disappear off of your phone. A couple things will happen. The law, though it's targeting TikTok, it actually applies to the places like the App Store. So that would be on Apple to no longer offer TikTok to be able to be downloaded. Companies like Oracle, these servers that are actually hosting the TikTok technology. So those companies would no longer be able to do that. Or I should actually say it would be illegal for them to do so. Now, Trump could, as president, say, actually, you know what, Attorney General Pam Bondi, I don't want you to enforce that. And then that opens up a whole can of legal questions in terms of what happens. But if the ban were to go into effect and those companies were to abide by that law, if you have TikTok already on your phone, you'd still be able to use it, but you'd stop getting updates. Now, the TikTok algorithm is extremely complicated, extremely complex. It's exactly why people love TikTok so much. There are constant updates being pushed to that app. So eventually, probably, I spoke with an insider, an ex-employee of TikTok who worked on that algorithm team. He estimated that within a couple months, TikTok essentially wouldn't be the TikTok that you know anymore, because it would be slower. The algorithm would not be feeding you that content you like as accurately as it currently does, but you would still have TikTok on your phone for at least a few months.
TikTok is racing against the clock. The social media company is set to be blocked in the U.S. starting January 19th. That is, unless its lawyers can convince the Supreme Court in arguments being heard today that phasing out the popular app is a violation of free speech. This comes months after Congress passed a very bipartisan bill that was signed by President Biden, arguing that TikTok is a threat to our national security. If upheld, the law would essentially get rid of TikTok in the U.S. unless its Chinese parent company, ByteDance, sells it to a non-Chinese buyer. Lawyers for the U.S. government are expected to argue that ByteDance could use the social media platform to spy on Americans and access their personal data. The lines are blurred in China between companies and the Chinese government, which could compel entities like TikTok to turn over data under Chinese national security laws. TikTok's leadership has shot down those concerns, so has the Chinese Foreign Ministry. But by the way, TikTok doesn't even exist in China. Instead, ByteDance offers a Chinese version called Douyin, which the Chinese government has used to spread propaganda. It also removes content the government doesn't like, according to the New York Times. So what does it mean for us here in the U.S.? Well, roughly half of us, half of you, Americans use TikTok. And recent polling suggests more Americans support banning it than not, though a third aren't sure. President-elect Donald Trump, who once tried to ban TikTok himself, is now voicing his support for the platform. And there's another way it could be saved. A non-Chinese company could buy it. Which brings us to the latest twist. A privately funded group, including celebrity investor Kevin O'Leary, that's right, Shark Tank's Mr. Wonderful, announced yesterday that they have submitted a proposal to buy TikTok's assets from ByteDance.
You know what I'm saying? They talking all about it as it's looking like Congress is not going to uphold this ban. It's really looking like we're not going to have TikTok in our futures come January 20th. You know what I'm saying? It sucks. You know what I'm saying? It's all bad. You know what I mean? That's something that's a tool that a lot of people use. You know what I mean? We got all these people making all of this money off of TikToks alone. We have whole ass YouTube reactors who react to nothing but TikToks. My nigga Barry Stepp that I frequently watch, his channel is based on TikToks. That's what he does. He watches TikToks, uploads TikToks to his episodes, you know what I'm saying? And you watch a bunch of TikToks with him. Cool shit. It's another Mod Tricker is another dude I watch who his channel is based on reactions of TikTok. So all these people and these people that I mentioned are monetized channels. They're making money off of YouTube. They have a revenue coming in from YouTube. They are YouTube pay part. So therefore they're getting paid with the strength of TikTok, along with, that's just people using TikTok onto YouTube, not alone the people that actually make money off of TikTok itself. I mean, I just don't understand the detriment. If they understand the detriment of what's going to happen if they ban this app, you know what I'm saying? It's going to put a lot of these youngsters out of work. They're not going to have any money, and they're young people. These are young, privileged people who ain't never struggled before, so they never lost shit financially. They done had it all their whole life. A lot of these TikTokers ain't from the struggle. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these TikTokers are privileged students, privileged kids who done had a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And they came into making money on their own without their parents type shit, you know? So these people became TikTok famous and millionaires. You know what I'm saying? At a young age, talking 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? So once this shit go and they lose that, who knows? They gonna crash the fuck out. We talk about 20-year-old minds who's finna lose it all, that ain't never experienced that shit before. So just imagine the type of crash out that a lot of these youngsters is finna be doing for show behind if they ban this app. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but it's definitely not looking good. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not looking good. As the videos I combined for you, I put a bunch of them together about this TikTok shit. You know what I mean? So as you're seeing, it's just not looking good. Congress ain't going for having it. You know what I mean? They're really against the app in Congress, from what I heard, as they had a hearing today.
Your Honor, is this case ultimately boils down to speech. What we're talking about is ideas. And my friends on the other side, when you cut through everything else, are ultimately worried that the ideas that appear on the TikTok platform could in the future somehow manipulate Americans, could somehow persuade them, could somehow get them to think something that they ought not be thinking. Well, that whole notion is at war with the First Amendment. If the First Amendment means anything, it means that the government cannot restrict speech in order to protect us from speech. That's precisely what this law does from beginning to end, whether you look at its text, whether you look at the government's justifications in its brief, where they talk about being worried about speech criticizing our leaders or undermining democracy. It's what you see in the House report, which trains specifically on the dangers of misinformation, disinformation, and propaganda. And it's what you see in this legislative record writ large, which is saturated with objections to TikTok's existing content. We ask that you reverse the court below. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. The case is submitted.
They're just not going for it, and it's looking like the ban is going to be upheld. So it sucks, you know what I'm saying? Because I get a lot of my clips from TikTok. That's a whole significant element to this channel. You know what I'm saying? It's having the clips to go with what I'm talking about. I love putting clips up to match with what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? To match with what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I love putting the clips up to match, you know what I mean? To let you further know that what I'm saying is real. You know what I'm saying? To have a clip or something to show you visually. You know what I mean? Oh, that's what he talking about. Oh, okay. This the news coverage of what he talking about. Oh, okay, this is the clip. What he talking about? You know what I mean? I like having that little aspect to the channel. So without that shit, it's gonna have me resort to what? Pictures? You know what I'm saying? Or screen recording shit on my phone. Then you deal with the rectangle box. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be full screen type shit. Just go ahead and that little rectangle in the middle of your screen that lets you know it's from a phone type shit. I don't know. So I don't know. It's going to change a lot. You know what I'm saying? I hope they don't ban it. I hope they don't ban it. You know what I mean? A lot of people is using that shit, but it's definitely a lot of information on there, and I think that's why they don't want it. It's just a lot of people, raw people, putting real information out to the space, and I don't think they want that at all. You know what I'm saying? I think that also has a lot to do with why they don't want this shit, and Americans using this motherfucking app. You know what I mean? It's causing too much leaked information, I think, to get out to the public that they don't really want the public knowing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, this is
episode 166.
So I got today as far as updates, news, and all that shit. Local news, hit you with some local news, hit you with some global shit, hit you with some TikTok news, updated you on the fires. You know what I'm saying? Today's episode, we talked about game helping out. You know what I mean? Getting the Airbnb when there's 200,000 people missing out of their homes, displaced, ain't got a home, all the shit burnt down. And this nigga decided to help 10. We also touched on Chris Brown. Said something's up with these fires. He ain't feeling it. Somebody's behind this shit. Don't make no motherfucking sense. We also touched on, and he also said that the inmates that's helping out should get some time shaved off for their motherfucking sentence, and I agree with that. I mentioned De La Soul. We didn't really touch on that, though. And I touched on TikTok. TikTok might have a ban coming. And also touched on SF having an earthquake. And I touched on the fires that's going on in Southern California. You know what I mean? So yeah, this was episode 165. I hope you enjoyed this shit. Hope you enjoyed this shit. I hope you enjoyed the updates. Hope I put your mind on something that you didn't know. Hope you found out something first right here on Kons Podcast. You know what I'm saying? If you're a returning user, this is Friday. It is 5:02, January 10th on a Friday. You know what I mean? If this your first time here, go ahead, take the time out and hit the subscribe button. You watched the whole episode, so you can go ahead and click off and go hit that subscribe button, go to my channel and hit that subscribe button. You feel me? I don't, you know, just like the finger showing you, you know what I'm saying? Hit that shit, hit the button. It's very simple. Hit the bell so that you get notified every time I post the content. Monday to Friday, you're going to get something new every day. You know what I mean? So yeah, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have been doing anything else that you wanted to do in the world as a free person. You know what I'm saying? Whoever the fuck you may be, a free person, a free dog, a pet animal, a pet motherfucking snake, a rat. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you is, boy, girl, man, woman, you know what I'm saying? Grandma, cousin, auntie, whoever you are, you know what I'm saying? If you got eyes locked on Kons motherfucking podcast, Monday through Friday, or let alone today, period, I salute you. Just like you see that scrolling up on the screen. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope y'all have a good motherfucking weekend. Yeah, I gotta take my son to motherfucking basketball practice. You feel me? So if it sounds like I'm rushing and talking fast, because I am out of time and I have to go. So enjoy these
constant content.
What Joe Rogan said about what a firefighter told him about the future of LA fires. And this was 6 months ago.
After I talked to this guy, who was a fire guy for the fire department, he said it's just going to be a matter of time. There's going to be one day where a fire hits LA and the wind is the right way and we're not going to be able to stop it. It's just going to burn right through to the ocean. He goes, it's just a matter of time. We all know it. I was like, what the
constant motherfucking content.
Hate me, don't you? You 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 hate me, don't you?